Hey guys, I've got like 10 minutes free this morning, so I'm going to try and do this really quickly before I get to mixing. I had a question of Craig Glenn asking about the differences in between multiple outputs on your virtual instruments in version 3.7, which is a video I did previously, and version 4. It's easier in version 4 to spill out your outputs from a virtual instrument. I'm going to show you how to do that in Harrison Mixbus version 4. Stay tuned. Hey, so we are over in Mixbus, of course, and I got somewhat delayed, but I'm back on it, and I've got 5 minutes whilst I finish my cup of tea before I crack back on with mixing to show you how to do this multiple outputs in version 4. So, I've just got an empty session. Obviously, there's a voiceover channel, so you guys can hear me. So I Command Shift New, or whatever it is on your particular platform. On the Mac, it's Command Shift N, and I create my SSD MIDI track, just a simple MIDI track. Now I get a dialog that pops up asking me how to configure this. I'm going to choose 8 channels. Normally I would choose more, but just for the sake of speed, I'm going to show it you with 8 channels. I'm also going to choose fan out. Fan out creates a series of stereo audio buses that we can use to mix the tracks with, mix the individual elements of that come out from that virtual instrument. Under normal circumstances, I would suggest actually creating these yourself as audio tracks rather than audio buses. Audio tracks meaning you can print the actual output from your virtual instrument. You never know when your track has to go off somewhere else. You never know what's going to happen. So it's always good to keep a printed version of the multi-tracks rather than trying to stream these live off the virtual instrument, because the virtual instrument may change, you may lose it, you might your license might expire, all sorts of options. So it's great to keep a proper printed version just in case. And then at least you know all the parameters are going to be the same. Anyway, I'm just going to click add, and we get our 4 stereo outputs. Now, if we go to SSD sampler and load in, you'll see they're grouped actually, which is quite useful. I'm just going to load in a basic kit. It takes a little while, but it starts to load in. Brilliant. Okay. And so you'll notice everything comes out of these first 2 channels here. I'm just going to take that from the master, just so we aren't doubling anything up. This is to do with the way outputs 1 and 2 come out on this channel. Okay, so why are they all coming out of these first 2 outputs? Well, it's to do with the outputs in SSD. So whatever your preferred virtual instrument that you're using is, you will need to assign different outputs to different elements if that's not automatically done. And I'm just sending the snares out to stereo 2 and the toms out to stereo 3 and the cymbals. Sorry for doing this all manually. I'm sure there's a shortcut on SSD, but I don't know it. I'm like an old man struggling with a computer. It's frustrating to watch, I know. And so there we go. It's as simple as that. I've just sent all the kicks out to 1 and 2, all the snares out to, all the kicks out to stereo 1, all the snares out to stereo 2, all the toms out to stereo 3, and the overheads to stereo 4. And we get this. And we can affect these individually. If I wanted to compress the snare, I could do so. If I wanted to add more click and more top, I'm just being really stupidly extreme with these, but just so you can hear. To the kick, it would do that. Okay, so that's the basics of why you might want to split things out and how you would do that. And as I say, I would normally create multiple outputs in that dialog, but I wouldn't fan them out. I would create my own audio tracks to print them. I think that's it for this. Let me know how you like these super quick ones. Remember to like and subscribe the video if you would. It means a lot to me because it helps me grow the channel, which I'm really trying to do. And yeah, click the bell as well. Once you subscribe, click the bell, and that will keep you updated on any new videos that I do. Okay, happy recording. I'll see you next time.